And he literally just told everybody that I had an abortion. But I had an abortion because I didn't want to have his baby. Hey, Daddy. I absolutely believe in my freedom of choice as a woman, but I think the difference between having a free choice versus having a miscarriage are completely separate things, especially in this situation. She originally claimed that she lost her baby due to stress, and that is not a choice. Netizens were obviously sympathizing with her after that, and even had she said, I made the choice to do this because I don't think I'm going to be a fit parent to a newborn right now, I mean, I guess it depends on everybody's beliefs, but I think that's perfectly normal. But netizens were obviously sympathizing with her, donating so much more to her because they felt that she had suffered this very traumatic thing that a lot of netizens can relate to. But it was a lie. In another clip, she says, he's just mad because I aborted our baby. I never wanted to have his kid anyways. I'm literally glad I got rid of our baby. I didn't want nothing from you. What makes this even worse is the fact that in a separate live stream, this is when she was telling the whole world and everybody's mother that she might be pregnant. She says, if I'm pregnant, I'm keeping a baby. I already told my kids. I told them, there's a possibility. So she's getting her minor children emotionally and potentially just mentally involved in this. With Jesse's relationship with Ashton, hey, hello, hello. Damn, I gotta start going live at night. Okay, okay. Hello, everybody. Hola, konnichiwa. This was her previous husband that was in prison. She introduced her children to them. She had brought her two very young daughters at this point. Hey, hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Prisoner that she has now decided to marry. How do we know about this? Please like the screen. Please like the screen. So through her Instagram, we find out that she's posting pictures of the girls visiting Isaiah Gonzalez. And hello, everyone. Today, and so blessed that both of our girls were able to go see Daddy. This is the part I am watching currently Rotten Mangoes episode on Ash Trevino. Or maybe she's telling them to call him Daddy, or is convincing them that this is their new dad. I don't know. She writes, you can see the happiness on his face. Our first family picture, only one more glass visit until he gets to hug us all. Not one more glass visit. But she even introduces Isaiah as the youngest's daddy to the world. Hello, hello, hello. She's saying, this is hello. His daddy. But he's not. He's not biologically her dad. He's not her dad anything. Oh my god, Ash Trevino is so weird, dude. Holding up hand hearts. She's hashtagging it going Gonzalez because she's trying to marry him and his last name is Gonzalez. Teeth is growing. I'm crying. Actually, my teeth are not growing. I had I had to get 3 root canals last week. Okay, so for those who don't know, I have a couple teeth that are chipped because I had a seizure and I lost consciousness and I fell and chipped my teeth and knocked my teeth out. So yeah, they're not fixed yet. They're messed up. I look like a inbred fucking redneck. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Why is it never popping like this during the day? Like, I guess I just need to start staying up later? Health insurance fraud related charges involving massive healthcare companies, things of that nature. I think it's important for these people to have support. Anyways, who else already watched the Rotten Mangoes Stephanie So Ash Trevino episode? Anyone in here watch it? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Dude. She goes on this whole rant. For those of y'all that know, y'all know. LOL. And for
I
those
guess
of
I
you who
get
don't
the
know,
inmate
now y'all do.
hopper.
People are going to judge us, but like,
Let me turn this up.
hear what y'all think. I have been here for him and plan to continue that throughout his entire journey that God has given us.
Can I turn on a dual camera?
These years will go by so fast, and I can't wait to become Mrs. Gonzalez. If y'all don't like us being together, then feel free to delete me, but he wanted me to let everybody know that he is mine and I am his. And for those of y'all
No, I
that
guess I
don't know,
can't.
he asked me to marry him and got the blessing.
Where did everyone go?
By the way, don't let those
Tap the
hate
screen,
letters
please, so we can get more people.
Soon being a prison wife becomes your whole DNA
Please.
profile. He posed, I'm a prison wife. My relationship is based on letters.
It would really mean a lot to me.
That are few and far between. I'm judged for staying with a man that I could never imagine leaving. I go to bed alone every night and hold us down.
So what do you guys think
I
about
never know when he'll be
Ash
involved in a
Trevino?
riot or move far away from me. Despite all of this, he is worth the wait.
So do we know what was his...
We're about to get there, yeah. She shows off sending 120 pictures, which I can only imagine they're X-rated pictures. She likes to say things like, being a prison wife is expensive, and I'm realizing that now.
This is what I'm watching right now.
Bills, I still help him. He doesn't ask me for money, though. It's just one
Where'd
thing
everybody
that if I do it
go?
because I want to. I feel like it's my responsibility as a prison wife. Which, side note, a lot of inmates have stated that when it comes to picking a pen pal, if they have a choice, they do not go for the girls that are aesthetically conventionally the most attractive. They will go for the ones that they believe are the most desperate.
Thank you
the
for the
dying
likes.
for attention because that is who is going to put money in their commissary. It's like a job. It takes time, but the inmates have time and they get taken care of through financial ways.
I don't think Ash Trevino would agree with this sentiment.
Yeah, she might think that she is the love of their lives, the apple to their eye. They're all peas in a pod.
So
And if you
thirsty.
send pictures, like Ash Trevino has sent 120 plus pictures and then no to be exact.
Wow, 1.8k likes. Where is everyone?
It is said that they have no respect. I mean, if maybe an inmate was with their partner before going to jail, they perhaps don't want to share those pictures, but they will pass around pictures. Having an amazing product or service is a massive part about owning a business.
I gotta fast
saw
forward
some of your
this.
Instagrams, and you guys have such artistic abilities, and I know.
Fast forward the commercials. Fast forward. Fast forward. Smooth Operator 84. Thank you for all the likes. You're amazing. Oh, let me go back. There we go. Alright, back into the Ash Trevino story.
But Ashley is in love. She posts wedding pictures with Isaiah Gonzalez, which are just pictures by herself. Holding a picture because he's
Which are
incarcerated.
just
They're not
pictures
gonna
by
let him out
herself,
until he's furloughed.
holding a
Take wedding
picture.
pics. So it's just her in the middle of the road, a literal road, wearing a black dress and a white flower crown, writing, there is going to be a
Thank you
long
for
road
the
ahead of us in
follow.
this journey, but with God, we will get through it. Right here in these pics, I'm walking that road alone. Hence why she's on the road. And to give her some credit, the road is empty. I'm walking that road alone, but even though he wasn't there physically, he's still here with me in this pic. This life isn't for everyone, but it is for me. Hashtag Mrs. Gonzalez. Hashtag my life is behind those walls.
What?
This is where things start to escalate. On a live stream, Ashley is telling the story of how she first met Isaiah because people start bringing it up. They're like, okay, so Jesse.
I'm so glad she covered the whole inmate hopper thing because I was like confused on that too. I didn't have any of the information. Saucy Santana sent TikTok universe to Rick Ross. I'm crying.
Write a prisoner website so you can see pictures of prisoners and decide if you want to be their pen pal or not.
Hi,
But those
Mitch.
who know how the prison system works, they speculate that she is pretty well known in certain prisons. That she will talk to an
Ash
inmate,
Trevino
they
is
will
pretty
walk
well
up
known
to
in
other
certain
fellow
prisons.
inmates. They'll say, hey,
Yikes.
talk to this girl because she's gonna put some money in your commissary. And she, for the lack of better phrasing, gets passed around. As in her number and contact information.
I'm gonna
gets
try
passed
and
around
keep
to
this
her.
live on
But with
all
Isaiah, she
night
says,
long.
I actually knew him before he went to
I
prison.
won't be up
She says, my prison life
because
life
my
started
meds will
in
kick in at some
2019. I
point.
reconnected with an old childhood friend.
But
She says, okay, a lot. She also says
I will
just
try to
pray a
keep the
lot,
live
and she's
going and
definitely
just
not
sleep on live. I've heard people make money
Right,
like
so
that.
my life started in 2019. I reconnected with an old childhood friend, okay? Yes, I am 6 years older than this man. He is still currently serving time in TDC. So we reconnected back in March of 2019. We wrote snail mail letters up until August 2019. Then I set the phone up for this man. On our first phone call, he asked me to marry him. I liked him, so I said yes, you know, and I've known him for years. So after 10 years of not seeing each other, he puts me on his visitation list. I come to go visit him. I drive almost 3 hours.
Oh,
And
this
then
girl is
married.
lost her mind.
We get married in November of 2019. But mind you, I was visiting this man every weekend up until 2020. Then COVID hits and they shut visits down completely in March.
I knew him since since he was 11. I knew him since he was 11 and I was like 15 or 16, maybe younger, because I was
Girl,
like
that's before
15.
2000.
So he had to have been like 9 when I first met him. And they used to go to our church. I remember telling his mom.
So
'cause
she's
I
been a
always thought he was
cougar
cute
her
little boy,
whole
you know? I was
life.
older and I was already dating the kid's dad, so I couldn't be with him, you know.
Wait, she said I was dating the kid's dad?
Yeah, they were high school sweethearts. So she was dating someone age appropriate. Because she was 15, he was like 15, I think. He was around the same age as her. And she was interested in a 9-year-old boy. Yeah, which is very alarming.
That is super alarming.
So she has 2 daughters.
Incredibly.
Their biological father is her high school sweetheart that she started dating when she was 15. But she's saying, when I was 15, I was dating the kid's father. You know, my kid's father, not his dad. You know, but he was 9, and I couldn't be with him, you know? And she says, once I got married, you know, I used to always tell his mom. I used to tell Isaiah's mom. You know, because he grew up quick. I would tell his mom, like, I'm going to be your daughter-in-law one day. I'm going to be your daughter-in-law one day. And she's like, no, you're not. My son is too young for you. And then in 2019, I reconnected with her son.
In prison.
Yeah. Which is incredibly creepy, but she clarifies, okay, Isaiah was a minor when we first met, but I didn't date him.
I didn't get it.
I'm not sure how she thought that sentence would help her case. Nevertheless, she gets 3 tattoos of Isaiah on her. One of their wedding date on her finger, Isaiah on one wrist, Gonzalez on the other wrist, and these tattoos are huge.
I didn't get the Delta Force.
5 Apple Watches on one hand. It's that aggressively noticeable.
Like on top or bottom?
On top, and it's just like massive cursive. The whole wrist. And within 5 months, she announces her divorce. But one thing that has always gotten to people is that Ashley explains that Isaiah went into prison at 15, and he won't be eligible for parole until 2032. And if he doesn't get parole, he's not going to be released until 2055. So people are like, that's a very long time for a 15-year-old to get sentenced. 40 years for a 15-year-old to get sentenced? Whatever he did must be really bad because he was 15. So they start looking into his criminal history. 1 count of aggravated robbery, 1 count arson, and 1 count of murder. Sentenced to 45 years.
Thank you, smooth operator. You the best.
He was involved in a very, very well, meticulously planned robbery that ends in Ying's murder. His friend Ruben was working at an
Keep liking the screen, y'all.
His boss decides he's
Share the live, share the love. Comment, like, share, all of the above. That was funny.
3 people. They're in a car waiting for Muhammad.
I do be funny
They
sometimes.
catch him on the road and they stop him. They rob him of all his cash. They know exactly which route he takes, which bank he was going to, how much he has. This is all a very well thought out plan, meticulously done. They pull up to stop him and
I literally just made that up.
They drag his body into the woods. They set Muhammad's car on fire and they leave. Eric is the one who fired the shots. He takes $4,000. Isaiah takes home $1,000 from this robbery. And they promptly spend it on whilst bragging to everybody about killing Muhammad. Muhammad has a wife and 7 kids. His 6 daughters and a son. But sure, I guess that's hilarious. How is that hilarious?
Why would it be hilarious?
They're laughing. To everyone they know. They just think it's so funny. He was sentenced to 45 years in prison.
I hate Ash
in
Trevino,
2011.
God.
Sure, he was 15, but we all knew better at 15. This is not a situation where I don't think anyone can confidently say he was so young. He didn't know what he was doing.
Thank you for sharing the live.
Just looking for new
Hi, DJ. Oh, yeah?
When you're searching for insurance, mascots are all you see.
All I did was get one quote.
Those are mascots. Just great insurance.
I mean, like, I'm clicking the invite button. Is it inviting him? Screen's not doing anything.
At MedStar Health, we ask, how can we better the whole experience?
I hope that didn't just send him a million
That
invites.
schedules the appointment, that gets her in for surgery.
I don't like how
A tiny incision. That
these
means
two
she's
teeth
home that day with her post-op
are like
instructions at her fingertips. Her much-needed fingertips. How we get Sarah
a
back to her
fucking
life is
gap
about
in
so
them.
much more than how we treat her wrist. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Unless you're Ashley Trevino. But Ashley is posting on Instagram a word vomit collage. Second look Saturday. Meet Isaiah. He was given a 45-year sentence at 16 years old. Over the past 10 years, he earned his GED, OSHA, Electrical Level 1, Construction Craft Skills, Construction Site Safety Corps, all level certifications. In that period, he has also gotten married and become a wonderful stepdad to 2 beautiful daughters. He loves spending every weekend with his family during visitation at the All Red Unit. He is involved in working as a supply clerk. Isaiah is also a talented artist who wants to continue his craft by opening up his own business once he returns to the free world. Isaiah plans on pursuing additional collegiate degrees. Isaiah believes that God will bring him home sooner than his release date. Isaiah is ready for the day when he can be given a second look. She posts, "So
This
far,
is
my husband has
horrible.
chosen to be the second look person today. Let's pray we can bring him home soon. I will continue to do what's needed for him as a wife. I will always be his voice. Love my husband so much. Hashtag let's bring him home. Hashtag proud prison wife. Hashtag my husband's biggest supporter." He's a killer. The worst part is Ashley is very proud of all of this. She TikTok live battles with someone talking about her inmate hopping ways, and the other creator says, "That is a lot. How many inmates have you been with? Like 26, you said?" It's like 30 now.
Probably 26 in the last 5 years.
That is a lot. And she's nodding and smiling like it's
Oh
something
my
that
God.
everyone should do. And they asked her, "Let me ask you a question. Why do you prefer inmates?"
I knew I
prefer
should have watched
inmates
this.
because I feel like if you're gonna get hurt, it's better to get hurt.
I
while
knew
they're
I should have
incarcerated than
watched
out here in the free world.
this
Because like I just
YouTube
said
video of
earlier,
Ash
my ex,
Trevino.
Jesse, when he actually left and we broke up, that one hurt. I still feel hurt to this day. She likes the fact that
I'm
they have
disgusted.
no options. In another creator battle, she straight up asks the other creator, "You haven't heard Ashley the inmate hopper?" I actually married someone who was incarcerated in 2019. We actually knew each other from out here though, and he's actually younger than me. So we reconnected. I became his prison wife, and that's where I met a lot of people that I talk to still. And it just went from there. When we separated, I went with another one, and it just went on. Okay, let me ask you: have you ever been with somebody
You
that's
went to
not incarcerated?
prison for 13 and a half years
Besides the fathers of your
straight?
children, which they're broken up, clearly, and she's shaking her head.
That's
no. It just
insane.
doesn't pan out for you, or you just
I
don't
would
want it
literally-
if they're not inmates. So my actual
Before I
last
made
relationship
it last
here
that
in the free
long
world
in prison.
was in 2018, and we lived together and everything.
Well, good
And
for
then
you.
I started
Welcome
getting inmates,
home.
And I've had like guys here and there in between, but
Don't
I
ever
know.
go back.
To say my last relationship out here in the free world is already such a wild sentence to utter. She will be on the phone with inmates during her live streams, just spewing words out of her mouth. You're my
I wish I was at my
inmate.
own
Did I
house
tell
right
you
now,
that?
but
You really
I have to be quiet
swear,
because I'm at
I've
my
been with 30
mom's.
inmates. Now I'm in like
'Cause
a
I gotta take,
sister-wife relationship.
Oliver to school tomorrow morning.
Did I not tell you that? I'm not with no one, just you, but I've already married two. Stupid. I mean, now I'm in a prison sister-wife relationship.
Because I guess the
What?
prisoner, the other prisoner she's talking to, has a wife.
What? She will call them? The conversation is like brief, I'm assuming?
No.
They can't talk all day long, right?
No, but sometimes it's not brief, but it's not like 5 minutes. It's like 10, 15,
Hello,
sometimes more.
Shan
And this is
Gardner.
highly not allowed by most prison facility standards. You cannot be live streaming a prisoner's calls like that. You have to get proper permission.
Right.
And she's
Just
just doing
streaming.
it. Yeah. She's saying this while her daughters are in the house. The doors are wide open.
Oh,
and
that's
their friends are
good.
over, and likely they're watching her on her live stream. Sometimes if the prisoners don't do anything,
Yeah,
else,
I'm
she
clean
gets
too.
serious.
I mean, I
It's okay, 'cause I
garden
have other options
but I don't do anything else. And I don't drink either.
Joy message. Remember, you're incarcerated.
That's crazy. Who's Lexi?
It's a friend that knows a lot of inmates. She says that she will be open and fine with dating an inmate that has charges of SA on a child. That's fine for her. She also...
She says she will date a
Yeah.
PEDO.
Yeah, a PDF file, I guess, is how everyone is referencing it. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She has this moment where she talks about how murder charges and SA charges are not that crazy because every single person she's been with has had those charges. And that doesn't mean that they happened. She asks her viewers, how do you know? Were you there? Were you there? Every single person I've been with has had those charges. Were you there? We are now entering the belly of the beast. So let's go through and recap.
I'm like, honestly, like, I'm
her very
shocked.
first relationship, or her
I'm
very first
shocked
relationship,
over
she
all
marries her high
these
school sweetheart,
inmate
with two
hopper
children with him,
things.
Two daughters that are now 15 and 13. They end up divorcing when their kids are 6 and 3 years old. This is in 2015. They've been together for about a decade, and suddenly Ashley is posting onto Instagram. OMG, found this pic from prom of 2006. My high school sweetheart, but now soon to be ex-husband. I will always care about him, and he don't even know that. Hashtag prom06. Hashtag my junior year, his senior year. Hashtag I know, get out of my feelings. Hashtag he done moved on. Which implies that perhaps they're getting a divorce.
Hashtag he done moved on.
Hashtag he done moved on.
Hashtag he done moved on. Why am I crying?
Even later when the divorce is finalized, she posts a pouty selfie.
Yeah.
This is my last pic of me being his insert last name. LOL. My divorce was finally finalized after 9 years of marriage and 2 years of separation. Hashtag divorce final. Hashtag goodbye. Hashtag hello Garcia. I guess her original maiden name. Hashtag bittersweet moment. But the reason that the two get divorced is because that she cheats on him allegedly with a man in prison. So I will say that
I'm not
children's father is
surprised.
the only redeeming man in this story, at least as of right now. After the divorce, he focuses on his career, is able to remarry, purchase a home, while supporting the children financially by paying Ashley child support every month. It's said that he was also very involved in the girls' lives up until about a few years ago, and it appears that he couldn't see the girls as much, not by his own choice, but it seems perhaps Ashley was making it very difficult for him. 2 years ago, in 2023, the children's father ends up passing away from leukemia, and Ashley does everything in her power to gain sympathy from this. This must be traumatic for her. She's known and been in this relationship with this man for the greater part of her young adult life. They were high
5
school
people.
sweethearts. But now she does have 2 children. They don't have
Hello?
their father anymore. It's really up to her to
Anybody
be
out
supportive
there?
so that they can grieve. And it's very hard to take her emotions seriously when she tries so hard to make it about herself. She states
Do you
that
hear
she's
that
not
echo?
going to his funeral, but it's speculated that it's because she wasn't welcome there. She tries to make it seem like she's just emotionally not able to. She tells everybody that she might
I
take a
heard
mental health break and she will be back.
Hey,
When
Paula.
she'll be back is unclear. May it be sooner,
Hey,
may it be later,
Paula.
maybe it be never, right? Well, she does come back the very next day. Because galaxies don't
We
just
need
send
some more
themselves
people
into
in
the
here.
ether. She does not, however,
Hello, Ricky.
pass up
Hello,
the chance
love
to
Kevin
not
and
make this
Alex.
all about her. She says things like,
Hello,
that could have been me.
Paula.
He didn't have to go. He wasn't doing anything. He didn't have to die. That could have been me.
I don't know how that applies.
What
to
does
this
that
cause
even
of
mean?
leukemia. I'm not sure why she's even saying stuff like this, but it wasn't. And I feel that for my baby so much. I really do. And again, this is after her kids have asked her repeatedly to not talk about them.
Hello,
while they're alive,
Kelsey,
because
name
they're
twin.
grieving. They don't want to hear this. They don't want this business out there.
It breaks my heart.
Like the
when my
screen,
babies would say,
please. I look good tonight. Thanks.
my
It's a
dad was
filter.
I wish my dad was here. Thank you for the
And
high
also, I
So she
ate
has a donation.
down when I did my
Everything does
makeup
happen for a
today.
reason. So she's reading someone's
Yeah.
comment that says everything happens for a
Also, I usually go on
Everything
live during the
does happen for a
day,
reason. I'm a
which is
firm believer in that.
probably
This
why
is a
I look
very
better
niche
because,
pet peeve
like,
of
I
mine
am
that
not
I
a
don't even
daytime
know if I should be
person.
saying, but when someone passes away
I'm
and
not.
we try to tell each other everything happens for a reason, I do understand the intention behind it, and in
I
certain
wonder if
situations, maybe it's acceptable.
Like,
But
if
in
I
this
stay on
real
live while I'm
feeling of
asleep,
this person's death is to further the plot for everybody
do you think
else
people
type
are
of
gonna
energy,
watch
everything
my
happens for a
live?
reason. It's just kind of, I don't find it to be the most sensitive thing to say
What do you
when
think?
someone has a passing in their life, especially the way Ashley says it. She says,
Everything happens for a reason. Everything does happen for a reason. I'm a firm believer.
Firm believer.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's this tragedy
Yeah.
and to see what the pain my babies would feel. Not
that's not even a concern of Ashley, but she tries further to make this about her, and I genuinely think that she thinks that this man's death is just part of her character development, character arc, and she has no character arc. It is just a perpetual decline. Nevertheless, she says, whilst kind of creepily smiling, the other day, I tried to leave because I got mad, and H, my daughter, runs after me, and she sits in my car, and she's like, you're not going nowhere unless I go with you. I already lost my dad. I'm not leaving you, Mom. You guys, my babies are going through it. Like, they are so scared. She's like, I'm not losing you. I've already lost my dad, Mom. It's just opened up my eyes now that them little girls.
You'll be back! Evil can't help people.
Well, of course a commercial comes on. That's great. And Doug.
Lovely. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Doesn't matter what. Grab every lamp in the house for DIY, like there's treating yourself. And then there's whatever that was. Stop by Palm Beach Tan for a quick beauty break. Like any service for free. I'm straight into red sauna or red light therapy.
Folks need me. But then to make matters worse, while everybody is a funeral that she was not invited to, probably because of who she is as a person and the things that she says and how she treats her kids and probably how she treated her late husband, she is on my stream dancing to songs that have lyrics like baby daddy, while his funeral is happening. Ashley then goes on to state that she's been with 30 different inmates. So these are a few notable relationships that she has been in. In no particular order, you have Isaiah, the one that was convicted of murder of Muhammad, the manager of the gas station and father of 7 kids. Ashley brings her kids to see him. She convinces them, at least briefly, to call
I know,
him
I gotta
daddy
go
for
to
whatever
bed soon
reason.
too.
Those two, they end up breaking up. Things don't go well.
Like
He
my
starts
sleep
posting on
meds are
Instagram.
starting to kick
I
in,
have
but I
been to
can't
visit her
decide
20
like
weekends straight, not missing once since I got on the visitation list since August 24, 2019. But this weekend, I'm not going to because I chose not to. Some things change, and I honestly don't know if we'll come back from this. It's hard when you're not at fault, but I'm gonna do and continue to do what's
Let me
needed for you
Google real
and be the
quick.
best mom I can for my girls. Then she dramatically posts, getting a divorce isn't always a bad thing. Never wanted to do it again, but here I am, and I know I will come out stronger than before. My babies need me. Fixing myself back up after being broken down to my lowest by someone who was supposed to love me. Apparently their relationship came to an end, according to Ashley, when Isaiah heard rumors in prison that
do
were
people
true,
get
she
views
claimed.
sleeping on
Rumors that
TikTok
he was
Live?
talking to other inmates. When they were briefly on a break, he asked her, promise me if we break up, which, where are your priorities, you weirdo? He says, promise me if we break up, you'll never be with another incarcerated guy. Her next prison boyfriend is Noe Trevino. Noe was arrested in 2015 for stabbing a man outside of a nightclub. They get married in 2022. She's still married to him because she doesn't want to pay a $400-something fee to finalize their divorce. Noe is the one that initiated the divorce from behind prison walls, and she's been married this whole time. But she's been dating everybody else, calling people her husband, and that's where she gets the last name, Trevino.
That is crazy. So right now she's married.
Yes, to Noe Trevino, another murderer. Her daughter H says the guy is awful. She knows this because Ashley took them, her kids, to see the man in prison. At one point, it appears that she was dating another inmate, and the speculation, okay, so we don't really know much about this inmate. She never really spoke about him in great depth. However, she wore a necklace that have his name, and it seemed like he was an inmate. And the speculation was that she
4K likes. Hell yeah, brother.
Doing her makeup and hair, and she is on her phone. So she's got a phone live streaming her, and then she's scrolling on her phone, and she gets some sort of text message, some sort of news, and it's speculated that she discovered news on the live stream that her boyfriend in jail streamed. her boyfriend in jail was involved in some sort of like sobbing, wailing, oh no, and just wailing. And I do believe this is a sad situation, and prison violence is a conversation that I think needs to be had. But a lot of netizens have chosen the right to withhold sympathy till later because, I mean, considering the types of people she dates, we don't know if this is a child SAer, we don't know if this is a killer, a mass murderer, we don't know anything. But her friends just tell her it's like this very strange moment. They're fanning her face, she's crying, she's getting her makeup done still.
Ooh,
They say, no, don't cry. Getting her makeup done still. They say, no, don't cry.
thank you.
Not to cry so much. Then you have Eli.
Oh
was
my
in prison
god,
for strangling
thank
a woman. He's also
you.
free and constantly on TikTok live streams now. He was in prison for strangling a woman and also breaking his child's femur. He broke his 2-year-old daughter's femur. His whole excuse for that is that he didn't mean to break his daughter's femur.
I wish I could force myself to fart for you on this live, but I haven't been eating much food of substance because of my teeth.
But I sat in the hospital all week for her. He slammed a truck door on his daughter's leg. Yeah. The femur is the hardest bone in the body to break, so I don't believe for one second that they have any sort of bone condition, and even if they do, this is no excuse. It is the longest, strongest, and heaviest bone that supports and can support up to 30 times the body weight of the person. It typically requires significant force, such as a severe trauma from a car accident, to break the femur. And Ashley exposes that while they were in a flirtatious relationship, because they're constantly live stream battling, they're flirting on camera. This is all public information.
4.1k
And they're
likes.
constantly live streaming on TikTok together.
Skirt.
They're meeting up, they're doing all these things. And then Ashley, she gets into these fights with her boyfriends, exposes them or starts rumors about them. And I say rumors because we'll get into that. But Ashley exposes that even Eli sent her a text message that if she doesn't respond quickly, it's about to be a DV situation.
4.2 likes? Oh, hell yeah,
He's
brother.
also accused of being an SAer by multiple women. And somehow, Ashley, well, I guess not somehow, I would
Should
expect
I
to see
sneak
less from her.
downstairs
He
and make a
still has a close
snack?
relationship here and there with Eli. They always have this like on and off flirtatious relationship on live streams. They get upset with each other for just the most random things that are not serious. They don't get upset because Eli will go on live stream and say that Ashley Trevino is built like a juice box.
Me
She's very
neither.
boxy body shape. But
Me
it is very strange
neither.
to me that they are not
I don't like
upset with each other for
redneck's
the little
teeth.
crimes that
And
some
right
of them
now,
commit.
I look
Then
like
most
a
notably,
real
you have her relationship
purebred
with Francisco,
redneck.
And that is a huge part of the discourse, primarily for how heinous the crimes they committed were, but also because the two
Literally
teenage girls
purebred
were 19
redneck.
and 13. One of her daughters is 13. What's especially alarming is that after Ashley live streamed with him, either he himself with a contraband phone in prison or
Okay,
somebody
I
else
got
made a
French
TikTok account
tips.
for him. I don't know which option is worse, which by the way,
I
he's also just another
never
open case where he gave a
get
prison
French
guard
tips.
$5,000 to smuggle in
But I saw
100 pills of
Pika with French
and 1
tips.
pound of amphetamines. They were all caught.
And
Here's another case.
I was
He might have
like,
a phone.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't
Yeah.
have a fan account. I don't know if
Oh,
his phone
fuck yeah.
posting
Oh, shit,
his
I need to go
own TikTok
downstairs and
fan
make food.
edits. I don't know which
But I
one
have
is
to
worse,
try
but
to
there are
be quiet.
videos of him
Let's go.
talking on the phone in prison with very specific songs playing. Some lyrics read, I don't know why.
Boom, boom. Hello. Hello, Rango Bango. Did I say that right? Why does this keep doing this? Why does this keep doing this? I'm trying to be quiet so I don't wake up my mom or my son. Let me get back to this
Just looking for new car insurance?
Astrovino episode.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Have you ever heard of the Russian?
Oh, great.
Down, but the most mind-numbing thing.
I'm telling you, whenever we lived with her dad, I used to pull her by the
I can't stand Astrovino.
You cannot be live streaming a prisoner's calls like that. You have to get proper permission.
Right.
And she's saying this while her daughter's listening to watching it on her live stream. Sometimes if the prisoners don't do as she says, she'll get very
Mini
upset.
Bagel.
It's okay, because I got other options. I would tell Lexi to send me somebody else anyways. You were the wrong option.
Yeah, I am just waiting for my Seroquel to kick in so I can go to bed.
Who's Lexi?
It's a friend that knows a lot of inmates. She says that she will be
Oh.
open and fine with dating an inmate that has charges of essay on a child. That's fine for her. She also,
She says she will date a
yeah,
PEDO.
yeah, a PDF file, I guess is how everyone is referencing it. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She has this moment where she talks about how murder charges and essay charges are not that crazy.
Because I knocked
every
my
single
teeth out
person
and broke my
would have
jaw
had
right
essay
here.
charges. And that doesn't mean that they happened. She asks her viewers, how do you know? Were you
I'm
there?
not supposed to be
Were you
eating
there?
this stuff.
Every single person I've been with has had those charges. Were you there? We are now entering the belly of the beast. So let's go through and recap all of her relationships. Her very first relationship, or her very first prominent relationship, she marries her high school sweetheart. She has 2 children with him, the 2 daughters that are now 15 and 13. They end up divorced.
Yeah, I had a seizure and I went unconscious and I fell on something, knocked my teeth out, chipped my teeth, broke my jaw.
OMG found this pic from prom of 2006.
Woohoo.
My high school sweetheart, but now soon to be ex-husband. I will always care about him, and he doesn't even know that. Hashtag prom 06. Hashtag my junior year, his senior year. Further the plot for everybody else type of energy. What do you mean everything happens for a reason? It's just kind of, I don't find it to be the most sensitive thing to say when someone has a passing in their life, especially the way Ashley says it. She
Yeah,
says,
this happened like
For a reason. Everything does happen for a reason.
January
I'm a
4th or
firm
something.
believer in that. Firm
And
And that's why I'm saying maybe it took
I just
this
got
tragedy for me to open my eyes up and to see
I just got 3 root canals last week. I gotta go back next month and get
no,
impressions done, and then I gotta go back one more time after that to get the caps on. Hi, DE. What up?
But she takes it further to make this about
Ask
her,
me.
and I genuinely think that she thinks that this man's death is just part of her character development.
The jaw is fractured right here, and it has to heal on its own.
Nevertheless, she says, whilst kind of creepily smiling, the other day, I tried to leave.
It's fractured on the top.
And H, my daughter, runs after me, and she sits in my car, and she's like, "You're not going nowhere unless I go with you. I already lost my dad. I'm not losing you, Mom. You guys, my babies are going through it. Like, they are so scared. She's like, I'm not losing you. I've already lost my dad, Mom.
Thank
Opens up my eyes
you.
now that them little girls need me.
Oh.
But then to make matters worse, while everybody is attending the funeral that she was not invited to, probably because of who she is as a person and the things that she says and how she treats her kids and probably how she treated her late husband, she is on live streaming dancing to songs that have lyrics like baby daddy, while his funeral is happening. Ashley then goes on to state that she's been with 30 different inmates. So these are a few notable relationships that she has been in. In no particular order, you
Yeah,
have
ask me.
Isaiah, the
You
one
said,
that
can I
was
ask you
arrested for
something?
murder.
I said, yeah, ask me.
And father of 7 kids. Ashley brings her coach taking him to convinces them briefly to call him daddy for whatever reason. Those two, they end up breaking up. Things don't go well. She starts posting on Instagram. I have went to visit for 20 weekends straight, not missing one since I got on medication.
That was my first seizure ever. They don't know why it happened, but they said if I have another one, then I'll be diagnosed with epilepsy and probably get my license taken.
I'm gonna do and continue to do what's needed for me and be the best that I can for my girls. Then she dramatically posts, getting a divorce isn't always about me. Never wanted to do it again, but here I am, and I know I will come out stronger than before. My babies need me. Fixing myself back up after being broken down to my lowest by someone who was supposed to love me. Apparently, their relationship came to an end, according to Ashley, when Isaiah heard rumors in prison that weren't true, she claims. Rumors that...
I don't see another question. All I see is, can I ask you something? And then it says I asked.
Where are your priorities, you weirdo? He says, promise me if we break up, you'll never be with another incarcerated dad. Her next prison boyfriend is Noe Trevino. Noe was arrested in 2015 for stabbing a man outside of a nightclub. They get married in 2022. She's still married to him because she doesn't want to pay a $400-something fee to finalize their divorce. Noe is the one that initiated the divorce from behind prison walls, and she's been married this whole time. That she's been dating everybody else, calling people her husband, and that's where she gets the last name, Trevino.
That is crazy. So right now she's married.
Yes, to Noe Trevino, another murderer. Her daughter Age says the guy is awful. She knows this because Ashley took them, her kids, to see the man in person.
I've only ever posted 2. Literally 2. Ever. I don't know why people think that that was my content. Like, there's literally only 2 videos. It was never really a thing.
There's 2 girls with her that are doing her makeup and hair. And she's on her phone. So she's got a phone live streaming her, and then she's scrolling on her phone. And she gets some sort of text message, some sort of news, and it's speculated that she discovered news on the live stream that her boyfriend in jail was involved in some sort of jail crime and was probably hospitalized. She just starts sobbing, wailing, oh no, and just wailing. And I do believe this is a sad situation, and prison violence is a conversation that I think needs to be had. But a lot of netizens have chosen the right to withhold sympathy for later because, I mean, considering the types of people she dates, we don't know if this is a child essay, we don't know if this is a killer, a mass murderer, we don't know anything. But her friends just tell her it's like this very strange moment. They're fanning her face, she's crying, she's getting her makeup done still. And they say, no, don't cry, you're a bad, don't cry. I know, it's okay. Aww, try not to cry so much. Then you have Eli. Eli was in prison for strangling a woman. He's also free and constantly on TikTok live streams now. He was in prison for strangling a woman and also breaking his child's femur. He broke his 2-year-old daughter's femur. His whole excuse for that is that he didn't mean to break his daughter's femur, but they have a bone condition in their family. He says, quote, it makes our bones more easy to break, so understand that it's not a regular bone. That's the little detail that people are forgetting. I thought it was a mistake, I was intoxicated, but I sat in the hospital all week for her. He slammed a truck door on his daughter's leg. Yeah. The femur is the hardest bone in the body to break, so I don't believe for one second that they have any sort of bone condition, and even if they do, this is no excuse. It is the longest, strongest, and heaviest bone that supports and can support up to 30 times the body weight of the person. It typically requires significant force, such as a severe trauma from a car accident, to break the femur. And Ashley exposes that while they were in a flirtatious relationship, because they're constantly constantly show him on her live streams when they were video chatting.
Sorry guys, my phone died.
Laughing that he was innocent, making fun
Is
of
anyone
victims,
here?
which is clearly he's not allowed to be live streaming their calls. He has his video call privileges revoked for 90 days. And that appears to be the extent of Ashley's undying love for criminals. Triple homicide? Debatable. 90 days without video chats is an unspeakable break in their relationship. That is a deal breaker. It cannot be. Then you have Ashley Trevino's more recent relationship with someone that she jokes is going to be her daughter's new stepdad. This guy, his name is Santos.
Oh no.
He's out in the free world, if you will. The allegation
Not
is that
Santos.
Ashley's oldest daughter, who was 15 when she played,
Santos, he knows smell well.
TikToker, and was like, I kind of have a crush on this guy. Look at him, he's kind of cute, isn't he, Mom? Which would be a normal, healthy thing for a girl her age to do. Just show her mom her internet crush. That is what it is.
Like the
Just that.
screen, like the
But
screen.
Ashley instantly goes from just flirting with Santos. She will go on live with Santos, this random man that she's never met prior to this, didn't even know existed until allegedly her daughter was like, hey, isn't this guy kind of cute? I kind of have a crush on him.
So he's not in there. He's just a TikToker.
Yes, but he has as well. Yes, so double. Just talking about how she's going to breastfeed Santos, telling him she's going to breastfeed him on live stream while she grabs her chest and is like jiggling her chest around. Her daughter walks into the room seeing this whole interaction and asks another person on the live stream, some random creator, Ashley is asking, are you jealous because Santos is going to have all of this? And she proceeds to get up and bend over. She tells Santos, you have to put body oil all over my body. Santos even asks Ashley's daughter, how do you feel that your mom stole your crush? To which her daughter claps back, Santos, how do you feel about being bald?
Bald?
Yeah, he's balding. And Ashley just sits there. Why would you ask her that? Why would you ask her that? But does that stop her from publicly doing this and humiliating herself and indirectly her daughter?
Thank
Although I don't think that her daughter should feel humiliated, I think that everyone on the internet is very well aware that she is in her own.
I am watching the... Oh, hello, sit him down. I am watching the Rotten Mangoes Ashley Trevino episode on YouTube. Hello, Con Reeves, Con. Hi, Arthur. Hi, sit him down. Hi, Alex.
She also releases a song.
Hey, everybody.
Where she's like,
Do you want to know how it smells?
As Santos, he knows smell well. Hi, King Momo. Hi, Elias 3.8.
Talking right now?
on and off, not really. Yeah, she goes on to apologize briefly for her actions on the live stream. She said, first and foremost, I want to apologize for my actions the other day. I know I shouldn't have done the things that I did. Out of alcohol, I did. There's no excuse, but yeah, so I'm just going through that right now. It really opened up my eyes, so I apologize to anyone that followed me, likes me, and stuff like me after that. I went to alcohol for everything, so I really apologize from the bottom of my heart. But
What did
she's
she do?
just flirting with this guy so weirdly in front of her kids and saying all these things. But she's not sorry because she continues quote unquote dating this guy afterwards. When Santos calls, she'll smile, show the live stream, Santos on the caller ID, pick up the phone, hey daddy. Man, he's old enough to be his mother. What do you mean, hey daddy?
How old is he?
We'll get into that. He looks in his young 20s. Yeah. The whole thing is bizarre, and her relationship with her daughters is very alarming. Because the fact that this is her daughter's alleged crush, and she feels comfortable doing this, and she's almost rubbing it, taunting it in her daughter's own face. And people have pointed out that anytime they do TikTok battles, because sometimes her eldest daughter will do a TikTok battle with her own mother, anytime her daughter wins the TikTok battle, Ashley looks genuinely upset. Genuinely upset. So now, with this going
What
on,
up,
Ashley and
baby?
Santos finally make arrangements to meet each other.
5.9 live.
That that ends up falling through. The new plan is Santos will come to
6K,
Ashley in Texas.
baby.
For 3 days, Ashley
All
is
'cause of
eagerly
you
waiting for
guys.
Santos, who is just not showing up. For 3 days, he stands her up. He just keeps standing her up. And this is a boy that she has never met in person before. She has no established romantic connection with him, but she is publicly wiping her tears
Okay.
with a crumpled up tissue because
I
he's not
gotta
showing up to see her. And she made him a whole
lay down.
brisket. Girl, I fucking hate him. She never cooks for her kids, but she cooks him a brisket. And he didn't show up for her brisket. And she tells her viewers, I'm still human at the end of the day, you guys. It doesn't matter what happens in my life, I'm still freaking human. Inevitably, because fate is sick and twisted, Santos does end up making his way over to Texas to stay with Ashley. Her daughters are home. This is her daughter that initially showed her the crush, right? And now her mom is glued to him like a piece of gum. Ashley is latching onto him like a koala. It is the strangest sight. to
Not
see.
giving
It
my
really
kisses
reminds
away.
me of, like, a middle
My
school relationship
bad.
where someone is so deeply insecure and must show you that they're in a relationship.
Okay,
and they have
guys.
the emotional maturity of a Brussels sprout. So they just think that if they're physically touching
I
someone,
feel
the
like I
world will believe that
would
they're in love.
totally like
This is live stream.
record myself sleeping. However,
Are y'all jealous because I'm in the same room as him or what?
hello Bianca, hello
Moreover, throughout her entire life,
everyone.
she keeps calling Santos her husband whilst biting her lip and staring deeply into the camera.
Okay,
She
so
is flirting love. Every
yeah,
time she's
I
flirting
would
with
record
someone,
myself sleeping, but
ooh, this is her
I'm
signature
not
look. She
actually
bites
gonna
her
do
lip,
that because I,
squints her eyes, and then flares her nostrils.
throughout the night, like in my sleep, I be
Yeah, but nothing compares to what is about to happen. Ashley is going on her very first date with
rooting.
Santos, her daughter's
I'm
crush.
crying.
She hires a makeup artist,
So
puts on what
I'm
I
gonna
can
end the
only
live
describe
and
to
go
be
to
a long
bed,
maxi
and I'll
dress
be
that is
back
not
on live
casual.
at
It reminds me
like
of someone who might wear to prom. And they head
literally
to a
7
club
a.m.
where they
Probably
get seats in the
6:45.
back of the club, and they order steaks. And all of this is being live streamed, and there's just loud
And just,
music
like,
playing.
live
The bass
stream
of
all
the music
day.
itself is enough to cook the steak to a medium well.
Good
She's asking
night.
Santos to cut her own steak because she's dainty and frail, and he's just there talking and messaging other girls whilst there's music just bumping at the club. She's live streaming it.
How do we know he's